When starting a new project, adding pre-existing evaluations, or updating your project with larger amounts of data, you can use the upload feature. The upload feature is available for use in multiple sections across the compensation tool, including the point table, rationale, employee data, gender summary, and job evaluation section. Of note, uploads within the point table section and rationale section are specialized and may require assistance from the HCI customer service team. As always, we recommend using a Chrome browser, and this training video is recorded using a Windows 10 PC. If you're working on a different operating system, some of the steps might be slightly different. Each section has a customized version of the upload feature, but behave in the same manner. The video shows an upload into the employee data section. Before you begin, the upload feature strives to work easily with your data with the least manipulation to your data. To that end, the compensation tool accepts the ingestion of Microsoft Excel spreadsheets. If you use Google Sheets and don't have access to Microsoft Excel, you can export Google Sheets to your computer in an Excel format for upload. Before you start your upload, let's go through the requirements of your upload spreadsheet. Number 1, a single header row which contains the header title or a column title is required. For example, annual base as a column title header. The headers do not need to match the fields in the compensation tool they are being matched to. More on this to come. Number 2, each row of data after the header row is considered one unique entry. In the employee data section, one row should represent one employee in one job class for 1 year. Number 3, make note of the row your header title is in and the row where your data starts. These will be needed during the upload process. Number 4, a job number is required data for all uploads, excluding the rationale and point table sections. The job number is the key which ties all the data together for each section. In addition, each upload may have additional required data. For the employee upload, you require an employee number or a unique identifier for that employee. Number 5, additionally, the employee data and job data sections also require a year, but the year does not necessarily have to be in your spreadsheet. We will get into that into the video. And lastly, you will need to ensure that you know the name of the tab of the spreadsheet in your workbook and the location of the spreadsheet on your computer you will be uploading it from. As you can see in the following spreadsheet we will be using for our upload, our header row is in number 4 and our entries begin in row number 5. We are uploading a single year of data. We do not have a year column, but we know the data is from 2015. We know that the spreadsheet is saved in a subfolder on my desktop, and the name of the tab is 2015. We also have several columns of data we will not be uploading, like the employee start date. These will be ignored during the upload process. So let's get started. We have our project created with a standard HCI job evaluation system in place with no company data. As you can see in the employee data section, the job data section, the gender summary section, job evaluations, and job details section are all empty. We can revisit these sections after to show you how the employee data upload impacts them. Each section has a green upload button above the table. Clicking the upload button takes us directly into the upload tool. After clicking the upload button, the first step asks you to locate the spreadsheet by clicking the browse button. This will open the Windows file browser where we can select the file that we noted the location of earlier. When complete, we click Next. Second step, we select the tab on the sheet that contains our data from the drop-down menu. Our tab is named 2015. Third step, we select our header row and our data starting row. We know from looking at our spreadsheet that our header row is 4 and our data starts in row 5. Once we have selected the 2 appropriate rows, we click Next. Fourth step, we match the required fields. Each of the required fields is a mandatory field for the upload to work from a technical perspective. Many fields are required in the optional section after the required fields to create a functioning pay equity plan, but not required for the upload to work. Select the uploaded header title associated to the employee number and the job number from the drop-down menu. Next, select whether or not your spreadsheet has a year column. In our case, we do not have a header title associated to the year, so we select No, and then select 2015 from the drop-down menu that appears, because we are uploading our data into 2015. If you do have a year column, select Yes and match the column in the drop-down as done with the job number and employee number. The data in the tab should be for a 1-year period, but does not have to align to a January-December calendar year and can align to your fiscal year. Note, at any time before you complete the next step, you can go back through the upload tool and make changes to the previous choices. Step 5. Optional fields. Although these are optional fields, some are required for certain features in the compensation tool to work. For example, if you do not include gender, the compensation tool cannot perform a gender analysis. Let's go through and match our fields. The compensation tool may suggest or may guess at some matches. Hence, you want to ensure that all matches are correct. Starting with the first name and last name, we can match these columns, which we can see the compensation tool has already done for us. These are not required from a pay equity perspective or to make the compensation tool work, but are provided for your convenience in reviewing the data. Next, we match the gender field. Base compensation is a little more tricky. We have 3 options and may use multiple options. Annual base salary. This is the full-time, full hours salary of an employee, regardless of the actual earnings and actual hours worked. Base hourly rate. This is the hourly rate of an employee and can be used for salaried or hourly jobs. When multiplied out by the annual hours for your company, the job class should be equivalent to the base salary. Actual base earned. This is the amount that the employee actually received in pay and is directly tied to the actual hours field or the project hours. For example, if you have an employee that worked partial year and your spreadsheet contains their actual earnings for the period, you can match this field and combine it with the total hours field. The compensation tool will determine a base hourly rate. If actual hours are not entered into the tool assumes that the employee worked full hours and will determine their hourly rate based on the total project hours entered into the project management section. In our case, we have an annual base salary, and hence we will match that field to our annual base column. Next, we will match any variable data pay we have for each employee. Any target variable pay in your data is entered in the job data section and should not be entered here. These should all be actual numbers for each employee. All variable pay should be the actual totals earned during the period. In this example, we have actual commissions, actual bonuses, and actual other variable. So let's go ahead and match those fields. We have actual hours in our spreadsheet in the column total hours, so let's match that one. In addition to aiding in calculating the hourly base and hourly variable rates for employees not working full-time hours, it is also used in the pay equity analysis and optimization to determine adjustment amounts for each job class, if appropriate. We do not have any additional notes, so we can skip that field. Lastly, we have the job class title, which we can match our field is called Job Evaluation Job Title. So let's match that. Of note, one job number can only have one job class title, but your organization may have several titles for the same job. For example, you may have an Engineer 3, an Engineer III, and a Senior Engineer. The tool will accept each of these titles, but will only display one title for each job number. Hence, the last title entered will override any of the earlier titles entered. Any future updates will behave the same, and manual updates of a job class title will change the title across all employees and all sections for the specific job number. Once we review all our matches, we click the Upload button and begin the actual ingestion of data. Before clicking Upload, we can quit the process at any point without making any changes to the project. The project will now enter a locked mode and will not be available until the spreadsheet upload is complete. This may take several minutes depending on the number of entries. After complete, you will receive an email to the account that is performing the upload. your username, to verify it is complete or identify any errors in the data upload. We can now see the upload in the employee data section. Once complete, you can override or add entries within the same year by performing additional uploads. Walking through the other sections of the compensation tool, we can see the upload has made changes across the compensation tool. Additionally, the job evaluation section has been populated with all of the unique job classes that were uploaded and are ready for you to evaluate. You will also have the opportunity to restore your project to its previous state from before the upload if you find any errors or make any mistakes during the upload process. A restore state is created each time you perform a new upload, and the last 3 are retained within the project management section. Note, if you had made changes to your project since the upload and you use your restore state, these will also be removed. If you have further questions about uploads or the data being uploaded, please visit the support section and view additional documentation or log a support ticket with the customer service team.